Attention difficulties don't always look disruptive. Sometimes they show up quietly in a child's schoolwork, grades, and exam results. A child may hear the teacher start the task and still miss a key instruction before they get to the end. What parents often notice is skipped steps, half-finished answers, or work that looks very different from one day to the next. In maths, attention often breaks down in the middle of a problem. A child may know the method, but lose track halfway through the steps. That can lead to dropped workings, careless signs, or unfinished questions, even when the underlying understanding is there. In English, focus can drift during reading, so a child gets through the words but misses the meaning, the inference, or the writer's point. During writing, the same child may struggle to hold a plan in mind under time pressure, so ideas come out thinner than their real ability. Science places attention under pressure in a different way. Children have to track instructions, observations, and method at the same time. In tests, that can affect graph reading, data interpretation, and longer answers, where one missed part costs marks across the whole response. Some of the clearest signs are inconsistent scores, frequent careless errors, and work that takes much longer than expected. Parents also often see frustration. Their child is trying, but the result still doesn't match the effort going in. These children are often misunderstood. From the outside, it can look like they aren't trying when the real problem is staying mentally organized. When attention control is overloaded, even a capable child can look inconsistent, slow, or careless in ways that don't reflect their true potential. Exemplify these challenges because children must read instructions carefully, plan responses, and stay focused right through each section. Time pressure makes every lapse more costly. A brief loss of focus can snowball into rushed work and missed marks later on. A child might miss one word in the instruction, copy a number incorrectly, or lose their place halfway through an answer. From there, the marks can fall away in sequence. One small slip leads to the wrong method, the wrong answer, and a weaker final score. Over time, repeated struggles can start to affect how a child sees themselves. They may feel anxious, defeated, or reluctant to even begin. Instead of thinking I lost focus, they may decide I'm just bad at school, and that belief can be far more damaging than any single test result. That's why it helps to step back and look for patterns across subjects, not just one bad homework night or one difficult test. You may notice focus breaks down during reading, multi-step maths, and longer written answers in very similar ways. When these patterns keep appearing, a cognitive assessment can help explain what's happening beneath the surface. It helps distinguish between a motivation issue and a genuine attention bottleneck that is disrupting how a child manages learning tasks. Attention is not just one thing. An assessment can show whether the difficulty is with sustained attention, working memory, or switching between tasks. That detail matters because different bottlenecks affect schoolwork in different ways, and they need different kinds of support. Once you know where the attention system is breaking down, support can become much more targeted and practical. That is far more useful than telling a child to study longer when the real issue is how they hold, organize, or shift information during a task. One simple support strategy is to break long tasks into smaller chunks so the brain is handling one manageable demand at a time. That makes it easier for a child to restart after losing focus instead of feeling defeated by the whole task in front of them. Visual schedules, checklists, and step cues can also make a big difference because they reduce how much a child must hold in mind. Instead of relying on memory alone, the task becomes visible, trackable, and much easier to return to after a distraction. Regular homework and revision routines can help because they reduce the mental effort of getting started each time. When the place, time, and sequence feel familiar, children often use more of their energy on the work itself and less on trying to settle their attention. Short movement breaks can also support attention, especially during longer homework or revision sessions. A quick reset gives the brain a chance to recover so the child can come back with better effort, steadier focus, and less frustration. It also helps to talk with teachers because attention difficulties can look different in a busy classroom than they do at home. Those conversations can reveal where focus slips most often and what small adjustments might make lessons and assessments more manageable. The best support usually happens when home strategies, school observations, and specialist advice are all working together. When everyone understands the same pattern, children get more consistent help instead of mixed messages from one setting to the next. The goal is not just to push for more study time. It is to help the child complete tasks with stronger attention, better organization, and fewer breakdowns. Better execution matters. With the right support, children can become more efficient, more accurate, and much more confident in how they approach schoolwork. Progress can show up in the small things first, like fewer skipped steps, steadier homework, and calmer test performance. For families looking for clearer answers, the Cognitive Development Learning Center offers tailored guidance around attention-related learning challenges. The aim is to understand the child properly and build support that fits the real learning profile behind the struggle. Assessment findings can then guide a plan that matches the child's actual cognitive profile, rather than using the same advice for everyone. That means support can be personalized to the exact points where attention is affecting learning, revision, and exam performance. When parents shift from blame or confusion toward understanding, children often feel safer, calmer, and more willing to keep trying. That change in response can reshape the whole learning experience because the child starts to feel supported instead of judged.
Across maths, English, and science, the pattern is often the same. The child knows more than the finished work seems to show. The difficulty is in carrying attention through the task, from reading the instruction to finishing the final response accurately. So the key point is this: attention difficulties can affect academic execution even when intelligence, effort, and potential are clearly present. Ability is still there.
If you're recognizing these patterns in your own child, it may be time to look more closely at what is driving the struggle.
Clearer answers can replace uncertainty with a plan that actually fits your child's needs. Consider a cognitive assessment if you want to identify the attention bottlenecks behind your child's academic difficulties.
That understanding can lead to more effective support at home, in school, and during exam preparation.
With understanding and the right support, children with attention difficulties can thrive in school and feel far more confident about learning.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. For further questions and inquiries, you may contact us at 65646533 or 8614-7651, or visit www.cognitive.com.sg.